Oh, look at this one. Blow by City number 2. Bada bing, what a mess. Let's sort this out and explain why it happened. Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. Anthony and Johnny actually. Bada bing, bada boom, all right. Now, you can see. Let's have a quick look. See at those. Just give you an example, right? I mean, we just took them off. There was no magic dust. It's just what's there, right? That's what's going to get to your injectors. You get the picture? This is why you don't want anyone to take those pipes off once the job's been done, or unless you want to replace the injectors again. And here's a look at the intake for you. Of course, it looks dirty black like a volcano, but there's not a thick build up there, right? So, I mean, you could take this off and clean it. It's going to make it look nice, but it's not going to give you any performance whatsoever. So the gasket kit for the Euro 3 is also different. So a lot of things very similar, different injectors, different pipes, same nozzle seals, same solenoid seals, same return line gasket, same inlet manifold gasket, same fuel return line gasket, same component sort of thing for the E-jar valve, but some different gaskets. It's not what comes with the 1kd with the E-jar cooler. Okay, so we're going to get this valve cover off soon, and we're going to see, I'm tipping a bit of blackness. It's going to be pretty black in there because I believe it's got blow-by. Now, why does the oil get black? Why does the oil get black when you know, it's got blow-by? Well, let's have a look in here, right? How black it is. Basically, it's pretty stuck, huh? This one, it's a bit stuck, a bit tight. So the reason it'll get extra. So a couple of things control how clean and dirty your engine is inside here, right? Obviously, one of the obvious ones is oil changes, because the oil is what cleans the engine. You can see this has missed some oil changes, and it's been improved because the person that owns this, the bloke that owns this, I haven't even met him. I'm told he's a plumber. I know his dad. His dad's a mechanic, right? His dad's the best windscreen repair guy in Melbourne, okay? If anyone knows him, his name's Grant. That's all I'm going to say. But he's probably doing some more oil changes now, and that's why I see this. That's why you want me to clean your engine? What do you want me to clean your engine? How about you clean your engine? Do some maintenance, oil changes, right? Because that's what's happening here. See how it's starting to clean itself up? There's no point me cleaning your engine, all this stuff, while I do the injectors, or while Johnny does the injectors, whatever the case may be, right? There's no point to it if you're not going to do the regular oil changes, okay? So one thing that controls how black this is here, and of course engine wear, is how much oil changes you do. And the other one is, if the injectors are leaking, if you've got compression leaking up past those injectors, past those seats that we've discussed and we're going to demonstrate in this video or the next video, there could be a few, because we're going to keep them to about 10 minutes. If that's happening, then just think it through, right? All the black, all the heat, all the combustion's blowing into the combustion chamber, right? Cooking the oil. So whatever oil's there that's leaking down, a lot of those bits and pieces are getting pushed up into the oil gallery, but the rest of it's all getting pushed back in the engine, so you get a really dirty black engine. This is filthy. No, we're not going to scrub the head and the camshafts and the area and clean it up. That's a waste of time. What we're going to do right now is, I'm going to get out the way. A rag's going to come in to wipe all that oil there, the perimeter. It's the pre-wipe of the perimeter of the head is the first thing that happens. Then you need to watch the full detail injector replacement videos in the VIP group before you do this. There's so many pitfalls and things that can go wrong that you need to know about. So stay tuned. Let's get these injectors out and see what we find. All right, here we are. It's time to, oh yeah, look, number one's moving. That's good, it's moving. So does it feel a bit tighter than usual though? Yeah, it's a bit of grindy, bit of carbony, sooty business going on there. Let's have a look. Can't wait to see this one on the bench. Is it coming up or not? Are you pulling up as well while you're twisting? Yeah, is that why your face is going red? Oh yeah, it's not too bad. It's got the old original copper seats. I'm going to the bench to look at that one. Look at that, it's got the old original copper seats without the coating. Never been out. Okay, number 2, let's see what happens here. So we know it's got the old original. So the old, not moving. I'm getting the head nod here. that one's going to be blow by City. You might as well try the next one while you're at it as well. Yeah, that one's moving. All right, let's go for number 3 so we get it out. There it is, nice and easy. Oh, look at that. That was so close to going to be burnt out, I reckon, so close. And there's number 4, it came out as well. So obviously all the injectors never been out. So the good news is only one of them is stuck, and let's see what it looks like when it comes out, and we'll go through explaining the situation again and hopefully it's not one of those ones they can be stuck. So I'll just quickly explain again. Once these seats start leaking, it almost welds the bottom of the injector in, and they can be very difficult to get out. I've had them where it's taken hours to get them out. But the good news is once that continues and it takes out the O-ring that we've talked about here from this oil gallery at this area to stop the oil coming down, but when the heat blows the O-ring, then the oil comes down. That oil acts as a lubricant to start to help to loosen up. So let's hope it's got to the messy stage and it's not too bad, but it can be stuck down here and have the mess up here and it hasn't made it down. Let's see what happens, eh? Meanwhile, 2 hours later, no, not quite, it's getting stuck again. A little bit more work. All right, another 2 hours later, another 8 slabs of Heineken. Oh, some people want to have a look down that port. See that? That's extra cleaning to do. Now, normally that would be an extra couple of slabs of Heineken, the green boxes, and it might be yet. We just have to see how long it takes to clean that, because it's just what it is. And see, you've even got a bit of a caking of that oil staining we discussed earlier around all the ports, but particularly it hasn't been frothing out the top with this one, so it's got to clean all that up properly. That's got to be spotlessly clean. All right, here we go. It's a classic case of blow-by. When we loosely use the term blow-by, we're not talking about the blow-by at the rings, the normal blow-by, the normal crankcase situation. We're talking about blow-by at the injector seat. Now we're going to explain it again just quickly. As soon as we've got a fresh one, these injectors have never been out. This is the problem. It's not really a design problem. It's not these injectors are crap. It's not the engines are crap or anything like that. That's just people that talk too much and they don't bother to educate themselves and understand the system and how things work, okay? What the problem is, they've never been out. Now, Toyota said every 40,000. Anthony said no. Anthony said, what did he say? 7 years, 170. If that had happened, that would have been 90,000 kilometres ago. This situation wouldn't have happened, and the engine wouldn't have been blowing all that other smoke from these flogged old injectors. You know, these aren't even good for tent pegs. Anyway, so what happens is, this seating washer here is sealing the compression inside the engine. This is the compression area where the big explosion happens, okay? That is the sealing device right there, that seating washer, okay? They are all copper. Copper is the right product. In approximately the first month, 2008, they put a coating over them, makes them last a bit longer. There was nothing wrong with these ones, as you can see. These ones, these three, have lasted 260,000 Ks. So don't blame the copper seats. There's some problem with some brass seats. That's a different story. Check out our injector information playlist, right? You might want to check out the EJ information playlist while you're there. But the situation here is, when that washer leaks, from durability, it's just a durability issue. Just like asking a set of tyres to last 200,000 Ks, you know? Like if you drive it right and maintenance and pressures and whatever, you might even be able to do that, you know, if you had that challenge, you know, and you're going to have $1 million prize. I could make a set of tyres last 200,000 Ks for $1 million. Absolutely, mate. Those KO2s, I'll get them out to 200,000 Ks for $1 million. So there it is. There's the challenge. I'll actually make a bet. There you go. That's it. We're going off topic here. Let's stop talking about that. Okay, back to this. So when you got to have a laugh, don't you? Right? We'll get back to that in another video. Okay, these seats leak. Right, that's this one here. The compression blows up here. There's an O-ring right there. Can you see it? Right, that's nice and soft at the moment. But after the compression blows up the injector, when that seat's leaking, it makes it all go hard like plastic and it breaks. This is an oil gallery in this section here, all right? Then the oil leaks down past the O-ring. Then that compression bakes all the oil. That's what's happened here. It's baked the hell out of all this oil and carbon, right? It's a full mess, top to bottom, right? Have a good look at it, right? And what happens then? All these bits of carbon get pushed up to this oil gallery and end up at the next one and whatever, you know? See the specks here? See the specks? See the specks here in the oil? This oil has got specks of soot in it, right? This injector's not related to that one. They're just the next door neighbours, right? All those specks get to the oil pickup. It's not really as big as what it looks like in the picture. I'll show you a picture in a minute. And it gets blocked, and then your engine is starved of oil and it's all over. New turbo, new engine, right? 20 grand, 15, 20 grand later. So understand the problem, okay? I think this video is long enough for this one. Stay tuned and we'll show you some more detail on this vehicle. Once again, the dirty old fuel pipes, you would not put those things anywhere near your new injectors. The rule is new injectors, new pipes, and the other rule is get the injectors from me Monday morning so that you don't get shafted on the wrong the counterfeit, the remanufactured, and make sure you get new fuel pipes and all the gaskets. Do the job right as per the videos in our VIP group. Please do it yourself, but don't do it without watching all the videos many times first. Bada bing, check that out, hey? There you go, there's an oil pickup. It looks big, doesn't it? It ain't that big, I've got to tell you. You know, it's like the palm of your hand or smaller, okay? So it's not big. You check it by looking through, you drain the oil. It should look pretty well like that. It might be black in color from the black oil. This is one that's been cleaned because prior to cleaning it looked like that. See, fully blocked black like that. See, not good. When you clean it, it's going to look like that. On the HILUXs, you clean it through the hole with brushes because it's hard to remove the sump. On Prados, you can remove the sump sub-assembly. Do not remove the sump until you have checked through the hole. Some people just want to go and pull the sump off, and you don't need to clean it unless it's blocked. Understand the situation. Watch the video again. The information playlist is there for a reason. Please make use of it. Get yourself educated and understand. This is simply durability from people not doing the required maintenance, okay? The required maintenance, which is actually in the book, every 40,000, which, as I said, we don't agree with because of the contamination to the inlets by taking off the fuel pipes. It's all pretty... Is this not obvious stuff, people? Obvious. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you liked it. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on if you don't want to miss the next bit.